comments or anything you guys would like to talk about. You guys have any, I mean, let's just open it up, you know what I mean? This is for you guys. And I want to help you guys out in any way I can. It's just really up to you guys. You got any questions? Everybody gonna be shy or something?
What team would you rather have gone for instead of the Bears? Or if you had to pick a team?
Oh, that's tough. Well, I can't lie and say I wouldn't like to play for San Francisco or Oakland, because this is where I'm from. I'm from the Bay Area, born and raised. I love the Bay Area, but I love Chicago. Chicago's an amazing city. I'm happy coming back, and I'm happy I get an opportunity to play there. But I'd probably say San Francisco, Oakland, or San Diego, somewhere in California, because California's the best state ever. That's where I'm from. So, you know what I mean?
So you got used to putting a shovel in sand in the trunk of your car?
Unfortunately, I haven't. When you wake up in the morning and it's minus 15, it's not very fun. And then you have to go to practice and practice outside. Minnesota's the same way. It's actually colder in Minnesota, which is fantastic. But y'all don't have to be shy. I mean, you can ask anything you want to ask. In just in life?
No, like
just in football? Of course. I mean, my high school career, I went through a lot of struggles. You know, I only had one scholarship coming out of high school, and that was to UCLA. I got one scholarship, and I felt like I deserved more, but you know, sometimes life isn't fair. You know what I mean? You got to go through life, and sometimes it's not going to give you what you always want, but it'll give you what you need. And so when I went to UCLA, I was being really productive. I was having a great year, and halfway through, you know, my junior year, I tore my ACL in my right knee, and that ended my season for my junior year. And I rehabbed to come back, and I was ready to go, and was getting ready to finish my last year of college football and get a chance to go play in the NFL. And very first game back after tearing my ACL, we were playing Tennessee, and a big 300-pound lineman landed on my ankle like this and sprained my ankle. So that put me out another 6 weeks. So, I mean, I dealt with a lot of injuries in college, which you know, I think affected me in terms of being drafted in the NFL. But at the same time, like I said, it's not always going to work. If I had it my way, I'd have been a first-round draft pick. I'd have $50 million in the bank, and I would be good. You know, I wouldn't have to do anything. I'd be there. But it didn't work out like that. I had to work my way from the bottom, you know, and I'm trying to get to the top. I had to kick in the back door and come through the back way. It's not always going to work out the way you want. You know, I mean, as a kid, I used to tell people, oh, I'm going to play 3 years of college football and be a first-round draft pick and make millions of dollars. I mean, that's how I felt. That's what I saw in my life. That's what I saw, how everything was going to work out. But I wasn't drafted. I wasn't a first-rounder. I didn't sign for millions of dollars. You know, I had to kick in the back door. I had to go through the back. I had to start on practice squad and work my way up. And now I'm on an NFL roster. And hopefully this upcoming year, I'm going to be given the opportunity to compete and play. So, you know what I mean? I've seen a lot of different adversity in my life. But the key to adversity is to fight through it. Because when you come out the other end, you'll be a better person for it. Yes.
When you weren't drafted, what did you have to do to figure out a way to, as you said, kick in backward?
Well,
did you have to research?
no. Well, the NFL is basically every year they have a draft, and there's 7 rounds to that. And if you're not selected in those 7 rounds, then you go into this thing called free agency, which means the team can basically sign you for peanuts, pretty much. You know what I mean? If you're drafted, there's a certain amount that each team has to give you depending on what round you're drafted in. So when I wasn't drafted, I knew that I was going to be a free agent. I knew someone was going to give me an opportunity to come to training camp. And I knew once I got to training camp, I had to stick out and show the coaches what I was capable of doing. But unfortunately, Minnesota didn't feel like I had enough to help them out. But it worked out for me because, like I said, they let me go. And a couple weeks later, I signed with Chicago, and I've been with them going on my 3rd year now. So everything works out the way it's supposed to work out. But if I wouldn't have had the intestinal fortitude to stick it out and to not, I mean, I could have easily just got cut and been like, well, I gave it the best shot at this, the best I could do, and we'll go find a job and da-da-da-da. But I wasn't content with that. I knew when I got cut, I said, okay, I'm going to make them and every other team in the NFL pay one day. Because when I get my opportunity to play, I'm gonna take advantage of it. And next thing you know, I just signed my 3rd contract for another year with the Chicago Bears. So, I mean, it all worked out. I don't know if that answers the question.
What was your major in college?
History. I was a history major. History always came easy for me because I'm really good with memorization. I'm good at memorizing dates, and I also felt like it was a good degree to get because I can get into anything else with that, especially for UCLA being such an accredited university. And I want to get into coaching when I'm done playing football. So
That was going to be my next question. Because what's the average amount of years that somebody plays in the NFL?
for a running back, 2.5.
Wow. So you're already past that.
Well, if I get through next season,
The
I'll
average.
pass that. Yeah.
So
But the average.
that's where you tend to go though after you're there. So
Yeah, but hopefully that's 12 years down the line.
Or
Hopefully I
like
can continue.
being an announcer.
Yeah, but
That's what we're working on.
but yeah, history was my major. I really enjoyed it, and like I said, I wouldn't have been able to succeed at UCLA if it wasn't for knowing that school was always first. Because I mean, no matter I could, God willing, I could, God forbid, I could get in a car accident, or I could be playing basketball and blow out my knee, or something can happen where football can be taken away from you. And if you don't have something to fall back on, you don't have school, you know what I mean, you don't have a different identity besides just being a football player, then it can get pretty tough for you. I know a lot of my friends, guys that I've met in the league who, I've known for a couple of years that don't even have jobs anymore. And it's a real cutthroat business. So you got to make sure you do everything right, not just play football, not just do computers, not just play video games or act or sing or whatever you do. Make sure you do everything. Do as much as you can and do it the right way. You got any more questions?
And you think the goalies are usually
That's a good question. Probably Ray Lewis. Yeah, he's a beast.
Do you already remember?
Huh?
Do you already remember?
No, well, I mean, it doesn't really, playing football, it doesn't really hurt. You know what I mean? It looks worse on TV than it does the way it feels. We got a lot of pads on and stuff like that, so. And I'm used to getting hit. I've been playing football a long time, so you kind of just phase all that out. But yeah, I remember he did get hit. Felt that way.
Okay.
You guys don't have to be shy. You got any questions?
I was gonna ask you, when you're there at Soldier Field, man, with all that, like Walter Payton, Brian Urlacher next to you, and, like, that's an old school environment. You ever just like, you're in there and going, damn, look where I'm at.
Every time I'm in there. I don't take anything for granted. Like I said, I know that there could be I could be a lot of other places. Like, I mean, I wasn't a draft pick. I was a guy who had to come in the back door, and I understand that. And I know every single time I get a chance to go to Soldier Field or whatever, it's a blessing. Because I mean, I played with a lot of guys who had talent, you know what I mean? Not just in Windsor, but my whole career. Wherever I was, there was a lot of guys I played against where I felt like they could have done the same thing I did. But for whatever reason, things fell my way and just didn't fall their way. And so every time I walk into Soldier Field, I see the guys who have come through that locker room before me. It's a blessing. I mean, every day I walk in the locker room and I see, Gail Sayers' picture on the wall, or Dick Buckus, or Richard Dent, guys like that, who pretty much, George Hollis, who pretty much founded the NFC with the Bears. I know it's a blessing. I really do, because I could be a lot of other places, and I'm lucky to be where I'm at. I'm blessed. I know that. Any other questions?
Anthony, no questions?
Thank you.
I know you're thinking of something.
You guys can ask anything you want, man. It doesn't have to be about football. It can just be about anything. You know what I mean? I went through a lot of stuff in my life as well, so I don't feel like you guys are the only ones.
Talk about when you got suspended at Windsor Middle School.